We both agree as far as classical music goes. If we just spent the rest of our lives playing Bach, we would be completely happy. And how much
we are nerds.
Yeah,
so you know.
Yeah, we're absolute nerds.
Very lucky in the teachers we studied with, especially Benjamin Verdery, who we both studied with at Yale, was just really open-minded and really, you know, I think the idea of us kind of pushing forward with stuff definitely maybe was born with studying with him, but then getting out, working with Dominic on our album Circles was amazing because he made me look at the guitar in a different way. Like up until that point, it was so much about the guitar playing, you know, and then it became a little bit more about the writing. You know what you want it to sound like and know what you want it to be, and then no matter what, make that work, you know, and that's when you look at Dominic's work, you see, I mean, he's drilled into the guitar, he's done all kind of crazy things to make it happen. But the end result to me with Dominic's music, which I think is fascinating, is it's technically astounding, but that's not why I like it at all. It's musically just incredible. I think it's so beautiful. So, and so that's the way I approach the guitar now, and it's getting more and more like that because I feel like I get these ideas and I'm like, oh, okay, I want it to be like this, and then it's gotten to the point where it can't be done just on the guitar, you know, by itself. And so the idea of trying to use effects or using pedals and things like that, and I feel like the classical guitar world can be so focused on the actual playing, like the look at everything I can do. And as I'm getting further and further away from that, and it's more like this is the song or the piece of music I want to create. And I don't care. I mean, one of my favorite tunes is Roof Beam, and that beginning is easy as anything. I mean, I play 2 chords the entire time. So, but it's more about getting something, conveying something than it is impressing somebody with what my fingers can do. So.
I think for me, when I'm writing for the two of us, I'm almost trying to transcend, in a way, the limitations of these 2 guitars. You know, we're trying to make it feel like a band instead of the 2 guitars playing together. I mean, it is 2 guitars playing together, but it's like, how do I get that big sound and that expanse of communication that you get with like a rock show and that raw energy.
Most of the classical guitar rep and most of the studying is focused on playing by yourself, you know. After, you know, touring a little bit with Geremy and everything, I realized that I would not want that lifestyle at all anyway, just like going from place to place and all by yourself, and that just doesn't seem appealing whatsoever. It's fun. I mean, anytime we've gone on the road together, it's been a blast, you know. So
we play video games just as much
as we do guitar, and it's great because Jeremy's terrible and I'm awesome, so it's really fun. I have a really good time actually. But no, in terms of the music, I do think there's a vastly different approach. I would say there's there's definitely kind of an agreement we come to on the way that things are going to sound and the way we want them to sound. But I think that happens a lot when you're working solo music as well. But I don't know, the longer we play together, I find that we have learned how to kind of break away from that. Like we know what we're going to do, but I can normally read Geremy if he's going to try something a little different. You know, he tries something a little different volume-wise or this and that. So I think there's different care taken to it, and just from a writing point of view, it's night and day. Like I feel far more limited on one guitar than two. Just not even in the there's two, so I can do twice as much. But it just seems like what I can do on two guitars is just exponentially greater than what I can do on one. So, but I think that the study of solo repertoire, learning to play by yourself, is one of the things that works in the duo, because you learn all these textures that you can do on one guitar, and you learn all these things that you can do with all this different classical guitar technique and things like that. And then taking it on two guitars and doing something that's not just, okay, you strum and I'm going to do a melody, okay, and that's
Though that's
it.
fun.
Though that's, God, that's fun. I mean, that's... all the time, but it's having the ability to say, I'm going to create this kind of world using these things that I learned to do just on one guitar, you know. So that's, I think it is. I think the approaches are very different, but can be very complementary if used in the right way. And the best thing is that I get to give Geremy all the hard parts, and then I just get to do the easy stuff, which is so much more fun.